Hi guys, how are you? How are you doing today? Today's video is about to stop numbing out with food, okay? So I'm Kelsie Michaud, certified health and life coach, and I help people to gain control of emotional eating so they can just feel confident in themselves and the choices that they make. So being successful at weight loss is so much more than counting calories or just drinking protein shakes or even following the latest fad diet. Been there, done that. I don't know about you, but I know I've been there. Hey Sheena, how are you? And before we get started really into it, please let me know if you're here, say hello. If you catch the replay, #replay. And hey Antoinette, how are you? Hope you're having a good day. I just had the most beautiful beach day. It is absolutely gorgeous here today. And I feel so blessed that we live in such a beautiful area, Antoinette and I, and we get to enjoy the beach. And it was a beautiful, beautiful day. I hated to leave, but I'm here now, and I want to talk to you about how to stop numbing out with food, because a lot of times we use food as our coping mechanism, okay? And we want to try to get away from that. So despite what you may have thought, like when you've struggled with weight issues for a really long time, losing weight isn't only about food. It's about your feelings. It's about what you're feeling, okay? Emotional eating is probably your biggest obstacle to losing weight and then reaching your goals. You know, as backwards as this may sound, your weight issues are not always due to overeating. Overeating is a symptom. A reason you may struggle with your weight is that somewhere along the way, even all the way back to childhood, you may have experienced some sort of pain in your life that you discovered the easiest way to cope with that pain was to go eat something. You know, a lot of us have had that happen to us. I know when I work with my clients, when we start diving deep, a lot of times we're going all the way back to childhood, where a lot of things have been stored for a very long time, okay? So it's a matter of we don't allow ourselves to feel these things for so long. And we just keep pushing them away so they get further down and further packed down. And it gets to a point where, you know what, you gotta let it out, because it's not a healthy way to live, not physically or mentally. Because physically, all of that just manifests in your body. All that stress and all that pain, it manifests in your body. And that can come out as some sort of disease, okay? Whether it's some kind of autoimmune disease, could be something with your thyroid, like the list could go on and on. Hi Cindy, hi Lynn, how are you ladies today? So that's why it's so important to get to the bottom of our feelings so that it's not manifesting in our body and turning into something that's really negative and then really painful for our health in the long run, okay? So when you're honoring yourself for doing the best that you could to feel like emotionally safe by thinking that you're pushing those feelings away, thinking that you're keeping yourself safe that way, it's hard to feel deep pain that you think that's not going to ever stop. You may have learned that maybe grabbing for the nearest comfort food is going to help you to feel better. And to some extent, yeah, a little bit, because it's most likely a high sugar food, right? One of those food coma type things it's going to put you in, and it's going to, once you get to that food coma, it's going to, you're going to stop feeling. You're going to stop that pain. So, or at least it's going to take the edge off for you, right? Well, the thing is, emotional eating is it's that temporary fix, okay? It's not a long-term fix. It doesn't help you feel better for the long term. The feelings you push away are still somewhere way beneath that surface. And the thing is that they usually end up coming out at the wrong time when we keep suppressing them. I know for myself, when I'm stressed out and I just keep pushing it away, it always comes out at the wrong time, right? You know, I start crying out of nowhere because I've held it in for too long, and then it's usually not at a good time that it comes out. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but this is usually the way it goes. And it could be when, even maybe when you're stressed at work, or maybe you're upset with your spouse. Maybe you're just so frustrated with that darn number on the scale because it hasn't moved, or maybe even worse, maybe it went up. So to stop this emotional eating and lose weight for the long term, you need to stop pushing away those feelings and then turning to food instead, and let yourself actually feel those feelings. It's okay. You know, I know we're afraid of that pain, but it's like I said, I know it's scary to do this, but when you're triggered and you feel that strong emotion, it can seem like just so tough and so scary and painful in that moment, which is why we'd rather push it away. Or maybe you feel like you'd just rather like jump out of your skin because you don't want to deal with it, you don't want to feel it, but you still want to feel some sort of relief, and you want that relief pretty quickly. But learning to feel your feelings means that you need to be really patient and mindful, okay? You need to be patient and mindful with yourself. You know, think of your feelings like little kids calling to your attention. You know, they need to be heard, they need to be soothed, and they need to be comforted, okay? Not pushed aside, you know, and not like making them feel like they don't matter. So your feelings do matter, and they're trying to tell you something. And you can't experience life fully if you keep ignoring those feelings and every emotion that keeps coming up and you just keep pushing it away. So think of it like a baby who's crying, and it needs to be held and it needs to be soothed. And your feelings of that loving joy for that baby, that's how you should approach your feelings is too. You want to have a nice mindful approach to them. So something that you can do to actually feel your feelings especially when you're having this big emotion that just hits you out of nowhere, and you're frustrated, or you're sad, or you're angry, and you want to turn to food. Instead, start by just identify that feeling, pinpoint that feeling. Like I said, how are you feeling? Are you sad? Are you mad? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Are you a little anxious? And remember that each feeling is experienced differently in your body. So when you feel sad, it sounds simple, but you want to comfort yourself. And sadness can include anything from like loneliness to being disappointed, feeling guilt or shame, feeling rejected. All these feelings fall underneath sadness. So you need to allow yourself to feel that sadness, okay? So write your feelings down in a journal. I know it might sound simple or even a little silly, but let me tell you, it works. When you write down your feelings, when you write down those words and get out those emotions and put them down on paper, it's like a little release for you. And it's definitely a de-stressing technique. Or talk with a friend, call somebody up, text somebody, something, anything, get it out. Even just that texting is the same thing like journaling. You're getting it out, okay? You're getting it, helping you to not push it down any further. You're helping your body to get it out and release it. So sometimes maybe you just need to have a good cry. You can let it out that way. There's so many different ways that we can let these feelings and emotions out. But whatever it is, let it go. Let it out. Let it be free. Don't let it continue to sit and manifest in your body. You could drink a cup of herbal tea. I love a nice cup of herbal tea after dinner. I love to just sit with a nice cup of tea. It's the end of the day. It's just relaxing for me. It's soothing. You can read a good book. I'd give anything to sit down and have a moment to sit down with a good book. I just don't have the time most of the time. But if that's something that you could do and you enjoy, try to squeeze it in. I know I'm going to try to make more time for that because that's something that I really enjoy. Some music, some soothing music that you might like, or just close your eyes for a moment and imagine. You could do like a little something I do with my clients on a bigger level, but something real quick and small you could do is imagine, like little mental rehearsal. Just close your eyes and just imagine yourself in a place where you want to be. Imagine yourself happy and free and feeling good, and wherever you'd like to go, like your happy place, okay? And that brings positivity to you and to your body, and it helps you towards your goals, okay? Picture yourself at your goal. Picture this, do this quite often. And this is something that I do with my clients, like I said, on a larger scale. But this is something really quick and small that you could do and you could practice. You could practice this right now. You could practice this every day. And it really helps you to manifest that positive energy and help you towards your goals. And it really affirms and reassures yourself that what you're feeling is okay, and that you're going to come out on the other side and you're going to have positive, nothing but positive waiting for you, okay? So maybe sometimes, I know sometimes we feel a little mad, sometimes we feel angry, and we want to calm ourselves. And like mad includes, the spectrum of, angry, annoyed, frustrated, sometimes some hateful feelings, unfortunately. And it's okay. It's okay to allow yourself to be mad. But the thing is, like, some of the things that you could do, like tapping. Tapping is a thing that I do with my clients as well. It's a little exercise. It's a technique that helps bring balance back to your body. What you do is there's all these different meridian points in our body, and the meridian points is where energy is stored, okay? And our energy gets out of balance when we're feeling a little mad or sad or angry, or when we're not, right on balance there. And so by tapping on these meridian points, it's on the side of your hand. There's one in between your eyebrows, side of your eye, right under your eye on the bone there, under your nose, your chin here, your collarbone, under your arm, and the top of your head. Now, I usually do a sequence and I just keep going around, and you say these affirmations to yourself, these really positive affirmations, and actually the tapping and the vibrations going through you and the words that you're saying all at the same time, it helps to actually rebalance anything that's gotten like those negative emotions. It helps to rebalance them and put your body back into balance, it's a really cool thing. It's an awesome exercise. I used to do it on Tuesdays. I would do tapping Tuesdays. I haven't done it in a while, but if anybody would like to try it, let me know. I can incorporate it back in. If there's something specific you'd like to tap on, please let me know. I was doing it around emotional eating mostly, and that's what we would tap on, our negative feelings around emotional eating. So with that, it gives you like a physical release of your tension, okay? And other things that you can do, you can, if you're mad or upset or angry, go for a walk. Sometimes you just need to blow off that steam by yourself, go for a walk, do something, maybe something you need to do a little more physical, vacuum your house. That's physical. That'll maybe help get you some of your anger out. Dance in your living room, do something that's fun and get out that energy. Listen to some nice upbeat music, or take it the other way, do some nice deep breathing. Breathe slowly, breathe into a count of 10 and repeat that 10 times, and you're going to feel much calmer after that. Just the deep breathing alone, I know, helps myself and my clients. So then there's the happy feeling. Sometimes we have this emotion of feeling happy, and sometimes we want to eat when we're happy too. That's me. I'm a happy eater. I'm not when I get upset or sad, I lose my appetite. But when I'm happy, that's when I want to eat. And what you want to do is you want to honor that too, and you want to celebrate it. If you're feeling happy, celebrate that feeling. Be so happy that you're happy, and plan celebration times. And it doesn't always have to have food involved. Such as things you could go. Again, you could just go for a walk out in nature. Do things that you really love and enjoy that just feel really good to you. And you know what you like. I don't have to sit here and give you a whole list of things, which I could, and I probably will. Take a nice bath, go for a walk, read a good book, all these things that I love to do, which you could do. Bring in some nice cut fresh flowers into the house, just, helps boost the mood of the room for one, and I know my own feelings. All these just little things that you can do, even some aromatherapy, some nice scented oils, can help bring up your mood. Hi Deb, how are you? And just help keep it light and airy and fun. So these are all things that you could do. You like I said, you know what you like. You know your own body. So think of it that way. Start incorporating things that you enjoy, and then your body's not going to feel so deprived. Because if you're not giving yourself things that you really, really love and enjoy, that's part of self-care, and that's part of deprivation if you're not doing that. Okay. And it's almost like restriction, like when we restrict with food. If we're not giving ourselves self-care and self-love, we're restricting ourselves in that way as well. And our body and our brain is still looking for something, okay? And a lot of times we just naturally go to food because it's quick and it's easy and it's usually right there, right? So, hi Joe, how are you? Thanks for coming on. So, okay, so I want you to... unless your situation, like whatever you're feeling, unless your situation requires like immediate attention, I want you to affirm that, these are things that you can do to stop in the moment, do, things that you absolutely love And, rather than numbing out with food and pushing our feelings away, let's not push them away any longer. I know sometimes the pain of whatever we've been dealing with, maybe all the way back to childhood, is way too painful to let out. You're like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that. I'm good. I'm going to eat a donut. I'm going to eat a piece of pizza. I'm going to just eat an apple. I'm going to eat something because I don't want to think about it, and this food is going to just comfort me right now. After so many years of doing that, even with my clients that I've dealt with that and I've worked with that have pushed this away for so long. They've pushed, I've had to dive deep down to childhood with them, and that's okay. But we needed to do that, and we needed to go there to get to the point so that they are. My name is Jody. Oh, okay. Okay, I see how it's Jody. Okay, Jody. Thank you for clearing that up for me so that I'll know for next time. Let's say, Jody, whenever I'm bored or sad or happy, I go to food. So yeah, so it's like no matter what the emotion is, like I said, when I'm happy, that's when I eat. I'm a happy eater. Some people, just when they're sad, they eat. Let's see. Did you used to be heavy? I don't know that what I would call it, but definitely uncomfortable in my own skin, for sure. Definitely. I remember one time my mother, actually, this was many years ago, but I was at my mom's house and I took off my sweater and she gasped at the size of my arm. And I guess I didn't realize it at the time, how much weight I had put on. And I was like, oh God, it just hit me at that point. And I was like, yeah, I guess I did put on some weight. I need to do something about this. But yeah, I've definitely been uncomfortable in my own skin, and yo-yo dieted like all my life. And that alone is not healthy. I mean, yo-yo dieting can give you fatty liver. It's just, it is easy to gain weight. And I've totally gone in the other direction. I don't yo-yo diet anymore. I used to restrict big time. Then, of course, the crazy binge on the weekend. And I'm doing Weight Watchers right now, but I've been struggling. Yes, Weight Watchers, I hear a lot of people, a lot of people are doing Weight Watchers, from what I hear, and a lot of people that I speak with. And I don't know, I've never done Weight Watchers, but I've restricted a lot, and I got to a point where I wasn't eating enough, and then I would binge like crazy, and I was always feeling deprived, and it's not a fun way to live. It's really not. Now I eat intuitively, and just from becoming a health coach, I've learned a holistic approach to nutrition incorporated with learning to eat intuitively now. And oh my gosh, wow, that's all I can say. Wow, like the weight has just been lifted off my shoulders. Like I can't say enough good about it. Sometimes I get tripped out because it's just so awesome. I love it. I feel so free now. I don't count anything. I don't count calories. I don't count macros. I don't count anything anymore. I used to count my macros because I wanted more muscle. But come to find out, I wasn't eating enough to actually build that muscle. So I always wondered, what's going on here? I'm working out, I'm doing the weights, where's my muscle? And I did that for years, many years. So I would have thought my muscle would have been there by now. Well, I wasn't eating enough. I was restricting too much. And it took me a long time to actually understand that you actually need to eat to grow your muscle in a healthy way. So Jody, since meetings closed, I've been struggling. You're in New York. I'm always looking on your page for guidance. Oh, thank you. And I hope that I'm able to guide you and help you. And if you'd like to talk further, or anybody would like to talk further anytime, you can always PM me, reach out. I'd love to chat with you and see about how I can help you, from where you are now to where you'd like to go, and see what's going on specifically. And that's the nice thing about my program is I have my 12-week program, but it's individualized to each person, and we're always working towards your goals and your needs. So whatever your goals and needs are, that's what we're always working towards, okay? You're a big junk food eater, downfall. Yes, and as far as junk food goes, the thing with that, like once we get hooked on it, it keeps you hooked because it's sugar, and sugar is addicting. It's a scientific fact. It's like a drug, okay? It is a drug. It is. It's a scientific fact. So you're addicted to it right now. But once you get off of it, then all of a sudden you don't want it anymore. You don't crave it as much. And that's what's happened to me. I barely have any sugar. I don't even drink sugar in my coffee anymore. I only need, like when it comes to desserts, I only need like a taste, like a bite or two, and I'm good. And I've gotten to the point, because you can actually train your taste buds to not need as much sugar anymore. So when I do have something that's sweet, I'm like, it's too sweet. It's too much for me, because my taste buds have gotten to the point where I don't need so much anymore, because I've weaned myself off of it, okay? So then when I do have some, it's almost too much for me. So I only need a little bit. I told a story the other day, but I'll tell you now. There's a Kit Kat sitting in my fridge. And my husband suggested, there's that new Kit Kat out, the one with the dark chocolate and the mint. Let's try it. Okay, I went to the store, I got it. It's in my fridge. I think it's going on 3 weeks now. It's still sitting in my fridge. We haven't touched it because we don't restrict anymore. So it's not something that we feel is off limits. We know we can have it at any time. So my husband actually said the other day, that Kit Kat's still in there. Like, we forgot about it. Like, we're like, I said, yeah, it'll get eaten. Like, whatever. It'll probably still sit there another couple of weeks, because we just don't think about it. It's not a big deal. I prefer to nourish my body with some really nutrient-dense foods. It's what I enjoy. It's what I crave. And you can get to that point too. It takes some time. You gotta be, I always say, time and patience and compassion with yourself, but you will get there. Jody, I need to talk to you. Everything you say makes so much sense. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I would love to talk to you. So feel free to reach out at any time. I'm here to chat. I'm here for you. So I hope that everything I was saying made sense. And if anybody has any questions at all, please feel free to pop it in the comments for me. And that's pretty much as far as like not numbing out with food, like just not. You have to allow yourself to feel your feelings. You have to get to that point, and you do it when you're ready, okay? You don't want to force it. You don't want it to be forced. You'll do it when you're ready, and that's what happens when my clients call me and they're like, yes, I'm ready, and we talk and we dive deep and we get to the bottom of everything. And even sometimes they didn't realize the feelings that they were feeling is what was holding them back and keeping them from losing the weight. And then all of a sudden we have this conversation, and it's like, oh, wow, like this epiphany. Like, they're like, oh, I didn't realize this either. This is why I've been eating this way, or this is why I've been doing what I've been doing. And it's part of it, it's a whole body experience, all right? It's not just a physical, I want to lose weight, I want to look better, I want my jeans to fit better, I want to be smaller. That's all great and good. But that's not what it's all about. You have to bring that mind, you have to bring that brain into connection with everything else too, for it to work, and for it to work wholly, and for it to be something that's long-lasting for you. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, again, please pop it in the comments for me. If there's no other questions right now, I'm going to hop off, but I hope everyone has a beautiful day, and I'm going to go dry my hair now. All right, bye guys.